Hello. Here we go. Nice.
Tony.
I don't know. I never know what he's gonna do. Chad's a great friend, but terrible when you're like trying to speak at an event and he's the MC. You're like, you don't know what he's gonna do.
Well, and because of that, because of all of the hard times I give you, everyone here, well, not everyone, but a lot of people here actually signed this because we all felt the same way, and we wanted to present you with this.
Open it right now?
Yeah.
Perfect time. Get better soon. I know you're not sick. I just think you could be better. All right, thanks, everyone. What is going on? What is going on? This is my life. This is a real life. Hey, they're gone. All right, I'm here alone. I'm just kidding. How's everyone doing today? Tired, it sounds? I said, how's everyone doing today? Better. All right, I always do weird stuff. I'm trying to think what we should do. I think I'm going to go like lower and higher, and I just want you to get like louder and louder as I go higher, if we can do that. I want everyone that's like in the back talking to their friends or on a Skype call to like be like, what's going on out there? It's crazy. And then we'll get into like the fun ad stuff, and I'll try to make it fun. So we'll go here, and we're going to go like a slow, let me put this down, like a slow clap here. So let's start. And then just get crazier as we go higher. Still, a little bit. And then we're going to go sides. And now I want everyone to like get up and scream and yell when we go here. Ready? 1, 2. Let's go! Last year I made everyone do the wave and I ran, and then I was up here and I was like, so like this year I'm like, I should probably, we'll be a little more chill today. So let's get into it. Today we're talking all about the 5 things every business needs to know about running ads in 2025. Ads have changed a lot over the last year, 6 months, 3 years, all the things. With TikTok rising, we'll get into all that funness. It's changed ads in a lot of ways, so we're going to get into that. A lot of this is more high level. Ads are very nuanced, so like I encourage everyone, if you have ads questions, find me. I'll be here all day, and we can dive into your business. I'll be at the table talk, so if you want me to really kind of dissect and give you kind of my thoughts on what you should do, let me know, because it's very nuanced. This kind of hits on Facebook, Google. It leans a little bit more towards Facebook, but again, it's just overall, here are the conversations I'm having with the brands that I'm working with and how the changes are developing over time now. So let's get in. Oh, that is me. Okay. Wow, I'm the guy on the left, actually, the uglier looking one, but my brother here, he's 11 months older than me. We're considered Irish twins, and I used to wear some crazy clothes. I've toned down the colors. I got orange shorts, a blue button-up, I think a boombox shirt. He was getting deployed there, and I decided to wear that for the photo. Sorry for the quality. That's from my mom's Facebook album, so a little lower quality there, but anyway, so really getting into ads, I really wanted to show this photo just to show you, we might buy the same products, but you can see clearly I'm crazy, my brother's more structured, right? So I wear crazy, louder things. How do I approach someone like this versus the guy that's on the right, my brother, Nick? And we really want to think about that with the products that we're selling, the services that we offer, and this will really get us into some of the principles of, again, the ad platforms and how they're changing and what you'll want to kind of keep in mind. So, who is this guy? Better photo of me there. $500 million in sales on Facebook and Google ads, quite a bit. It's hard to track. I've been doing ads for like 8 to 10 years, so it's like I've been at different agencies. I can't really add it all up, but $500 million is a rough estimate there. I'm the co-founder of Brick Social. We're a advertising company. We spend millions a month on Facebook and Google ads. Specifically, I do a little bit of TikTok, other platforms too, but mainly Facebook and Google. And I'm a content creator. Weird story. I was at Social Media Week Lima last year. Met Ryan. He told me about like a DJI Osmo camera. Sick. I was like, cool. Let me try it. Made a fun like food page because I'm like AI. I think I need to build a personal brand that's not so ads, and let's just have fun. And I spend way too much money on food. I'm like, can I monetize this? That would be great. And it took off really quick. So like I'm a weird Arizona influencer now too, but also I do ads, and my dog's semi-famous too. I've made too many weird pages, and they work, which is cool. And yeah, billions of views kind of behind a lot of the work that we do. Not me personally here, this is including all of our clients, and Austin's got huge numbers. Mine are fueled by ad spend, so it definitely helps me out. Yeah, so I've spent hundreds of millions, so I get billions of views naturally because I'm putting the money there, so it's gonna happen. We make it happen, so. And then here's some of the brands that I've worked with over the years. Quite a big names here. Some of this is, again, some of that food stuff I'm doing, some content creation, getting attention organically, but a lot of this is ads-based as well. So let's get to the first main point here, and the first one is really, now creative really kind of directs your targeting. This is a really big shift that's happened, again, the last year, 6 months, it's really changed a lot more. We'll get into that a bit more. So, this is my dog, Charles, here, and what's interesting is with Facebook, there was a bug that happened one time in Ads Manager, and it didn't show you any of the photos that Facebook had, and it actually showed you the metadata. So I saw, basically, if you uploaded an image like this, the Ads Manager actually showed you what that data was instead of the image. And I saw stuff like 3-year-old French Bulldog for a photo like this, or brown color. And I was like, wow, like Facebook knows way more than I knew they were smart, but they know way more on like metadata than you'd actually probably think about. So a lot of now, this has changed a lot more, and a lot of it now is kind of driven by the creative and what Facebook recognizes in those photos, and as well as how people react to the photos. So this is a friend of mine, Terrell Brown. He's been here at this conference before. If I uploaded a photo like this, it might say man, late 40s, smiling, American flag cornhole boards. It's actually like crazy how good their metadata is at recognizing all this stuff. And same thing with videos. Like videos, Facebook can generate captions. They can basically just know what your video is about without even like doing much work on their end. Well, they put the time in, of course, but even something like birthday. You see there's like happy birthday balloons faintly in the back. Facebook's creepy smart on a lot of this stuff, and this is just photos that we're talking about here. This isn't even like videos, which has so much more context, obviously. So a lot of Facebook now, with TikTok changing, with creative now, it's really being led by what's the data that we're feeding the system. So how can you win with this now in 2025? Here's an example here. You really want to call out your customers. So you can see here, we're targeting, like for this specific brand, women over 50. You can see on the very right photo, it says for women over 50, very clear. It's giving Facebook that metadata it wants. Even the image of the lady on the left is great, kind of that target demographic, and then it even says, I'm 53 years old for the testimonial there. So again, Facebook sees that, it's gonna test it to those people that it thinks it's gonna be targeting, and it's gonna see do they react to it or not, and they're gonna basically ramp up spend to those different audiences now. So a lot of that's changed. Before I might target very specific demographics, I might target women interested in beauty or certain products or certain brands or magazines. A lot of those interest groups have just gone away now over the years with a lot of the iOS changes that have happened. So a lot of that data is kind of being removed now. So to win, you really want to call out who you're targeting. A great way to do this is like if you're doing a video, like business owners in Lima, Ohio. Like it's pretty simple sometimes. Like it can be that clear, that easy. The other things to look at and to consider is your website. Does your website have copy that aligns? Does your ad copy have copy that aligns? Because Facebook's actually looking at those signals as well. And then show people who are in your target audience. It sounds very simple, and it is that simple. But we really want to think about who are we trying to target? What are the different types of people look like? How do we approach them? If I'm going to, we do ads all over the world. If we're going to like Mexico, I should probably show a house that looks like it's in Mexico, right? Like basic things like that, you really want to think of. Like how do we make this look like it's a message that will resonate with who we're trying to approach? And again, like I said, ensure your site matches or your landing page. Okay, the second big point is ad variety unlocks scale. And we'll kind of get into that. Again, it's thinking about like my brother and me. Different people like different things. So we'll get into that a bit here. And I really nerded out over Facebook ads in the last 6 months and really looked at how they're doing reporting now. They do all sorts of cool breakdowns where you can see where's the actual spend going. Even that's been way more broadened. They're more like, let us do the button pushing compared to what we used to do. I used to get really nerdy, be like, I will do like this ad in the story placement, and I'll spend this much money, and if it works, I'm gonna duplicate it 20 times, and it's sweet. Now Facebook's like, don't do that, we'll charge you like 3 times as much. Like, just upload different placement type ratios, square, vertical if you can, and we'll figure it out for you. And what I really started to notice is, again, if you're thinking about like me and my brother, I might buy from images, my brother might buy from videos. So if we're just putting images into an ad account, we might be completely missing an audience that we probably should be hitting, right? So I kind of developed this, I call it the ad variety matrix. I'm still working on names, but I think it's a really good kind of indication to show you kind of what Facebook kind of is taking in with the images and how they're looking at them and the creative that you have. So a lot of the images that you upload, they're going to be mainly, this is very high level here, it's going to be hitting like the feed placement, we'll say. Carousels are also going to be in the feed placement. Shorter videos tend to be in stories. They might go in like the Reels placements too. And then longer videos are going to be in Reels placements. So again, if you're only in one area, a lot of the brands I work with, they're up here. They're doing very polished, branded, let's put our logo on it, and it's up there. And it's very, again, on that polished level, it's very far to the right. You've probably heard a lot of people here talk a lot about being authentic, being yourself, being genuine. That kind of throws that out the window, and it's like, we're a brand. And like a lot of people just hate that now. They see it. I think Judy mentioned that. Like a lot of the branding's a lot more lighter on a lot of videos on LinkedIn too. You're just seeing that now. TikTok, I call it the TikTokification, platforms and behavior. It's changed a lot. Like Instagram years ago, it was polished, it was clean, the aesthetic was there. It's still kind of there, but it's getting uglier over time, and I love it. I'm like, let's get more authentic, more real. So I'm always trying to get brands more to go towards the left side more and more. Chameleon, I call it in the middle. That's kind of the nice sweet spot that I want brands to get to. And this is really like mixing what you want your branded stuff to be and like direct response principles, like a lot of like Austin talked about, have a hook, have a call to action, all that kind of stuff. Really good. Have all that, the ad stuff, that's great, but also make it look real and natural. So that's really cool to do. We get really nerdy. We look at viral videos. 4 different clients, and I'll kind of get into that, but we look at patterns and analyze patterns across viral videos and then see how can we replicate those and now turn those into ads so they look really organic, which is really cool. And when you look at a lot of viral videos, most of them are going to be like down here, short videos, uglier, chameleon maybe, long videos maybe, chameleon videos there. So again, they're looking very natural in different ways. So I definitely encourage you, like, study viral videos, just search whatever industry, service, product you sell. Analyze what are the top viral videos look like, and think about how I can now make an ad that looks more like that and kind of amplifies the patterns that you see in those. So this is a brand I've been working with for years called Shitty Coolers. They got a bunch of funding from a big company. That big company was like, let's get brand identity going, let's ramp it up. I was like, okay, cool, yeah. This is the fun part about like our agency growing, we're working with bigger brands, and the bigger brands really want the logos. And I'm like, guys, it's not gonna help. People are gonna see it as an ad. But you can see here, we work with them a lot, and I remember before, I went to a music festival with them, and they had people running up to them reciting like YouTube video lines. They're like, you guys are so funny, and I'm like, that's awesome, you have like great engagement, like I see it in real life, it's sick. They got this funding, they changed a lot of their brand identity, and I met with them, and I was like, let's look at your ad comments, let's analyze the data that we see there. There was no comments, so I was like, all right, there's a problem here, guys, like you're not as funny as you used to be. Remember the cool stuff you guys used to make that people loved? So we're really getting them back into that now. So the left video, I call it a chameleon video. It's one of the founders, Luke. He's just at the beach with his cooler bag. You can see the lighting's not really perfect. It's really just shot on like a cell phone. But then we're also mixing in some of the brand imagery and identity too with that photo, the next one there in, which is a patriotic photo there of a cooler. It's very polished, branded, right? These can be great for remarketing too, and people are kind of on the fence. Now we're like, no, it's actually good quality, guys. Like, so it can be a nice thing to mix into there. And then the third one there is another ugly video. It's another founder just acting like a person on the golf course with the cooler and kind of showing how he's using it. And they're kind of cracking jokes and messing around, front dooring around. And then the far right one is a branded image. This is a collab they did with Realtree. It's very polished. You have more brands, so it gets to be that way. I like mixes. I want to crack kind of that whole matrix. I want to crack every square in that if we can for brands. Because again, if we're looking at all those placements and we're just doing videos or just doing images, we might just be in those placements. So we're ruining all the efficiency that Facebook can do for our ads. So really, if we're scaling ad accounts, we're hitting videos that are hitting really well. We're hitting images that are hitting really well. We might have some branded stuff. I prefer it a little bit less, but then we have a lot of really good organic stuff as well. So when it comes back to like me and my brother, I'm kind of the wilder partier. I like beaches, music festivals, and what. So I might resonate with that video on the left. My brother, patriotic military man, he might resonate with that patriotic backpack cooler there. I might like golf, so I might resonate with that golf video. And then he, again, likes camo, patriotic things, so the Realtree collab he would definitely love. So you can see here, different people were approaching in different ways. It's obviously way more nuanced. Me and my brother are way similar in ways, way different in ways, but your audience might be like a 30-year-old and a 60-year-old, and that's way more different, right? So then think about, how do we approach that? How do we show women that are in their 60s now in videos, or images for people in their 60s versus that 30-year-old? So you really want to think about this and think about, what does your real audience look like, and how can we, again, resonate with them with videos and images that we make. Cool, and this is another brand. This guy on the left is actually a founder. We made him do all sorts of funny videos. I love when the brand owners are like, they're about it. They're like, I'll do ugly stuff, like yes. So he like rolled out of bed, shot that video on the left. Again, it's a chameleon video. He's kind of talking about the product. He's showing his curly hair. He's actually a guy that was on like Love Island in the UK, which is pretty funny and wild. The second image is, I consider it sort of an ugly image. Ugly, I also like, you can replace it with like organic looking, you know. I like to call it ugly because I just want people to like uglify it more than you think. That one's pretty polished, I would say. But you can see it almost like, at first glance, it almost looks like your friend maybe posted it on their story. We might do a little bit less text sometimes to make it, again, look even more natural. The image is a bit nice quality there, but you can see it's a bit more of a mix, and if you look across the board here, we have definitely a lot of variety going on. So that third one, a nice branded, polished image. You can see we have like bye-bye frizzy curls on that middle one, curls not holding up. The right one, we have frizzy curls with text there. So again, a lot of context is being given to Facebook here and meta ads, which helps out a bit more too. This company, we started working with them, I think like 6 months ago, and we're doing with all of this and kind of the unlock that we're having here. This is kind of what it looks like, a bit more kind of filled out, things that we have hitting. They're doing like over 100,000 more in sales a month now. So we're like breaking every record of sales that they've had every month since we started working with them, which is awesome. I love it. So I was like, oh, I think this scaling matrix, there's something here that seems to be working, because they're like, guys, this is great. We love you guys. I'm like, okay, cool. We should do more of this matrix stuff. So again, this is the conversations I'm having. This is like, and we'll get into more of the nuance. There's a lot of people that are like, what type of ad should we run? What type of button should I click in Ads Manager? I'm like, you just should focus all your attention on like creative, volume, variety. Think about your customers. How do we approach them? How do we look organic? And kind of go past that filter of, it's an ad, I'm going to scroll away. I'll give this away. I think it's in the app. I'll also share all these slides. I have a QR code at the end, so don't worry about any of this. But I do have, I call it like an ad variety worksheet here too. And it basically just has a big list of different types of ads. I have it for statics and I have it for videos. I believe in the worksheet I shared too, I have a bunch of hook prompts too. Like 3 reasons why you need to see Tony talk here, you know, stuff like that. It's great. So this is really cool. I put a lot of this into a GPT-2 that I'll be sharing. So basically you can open up the GPT and say, hey, I need 3 ideas, 3 static ad concepts for plumbing services. And it can kind of give you some 3 high-level ideas, and then you can say, make a script for this now. So really cool. A lot of stuff you can do there, which is awesome. And this makes us think about that creative variety that I was talking about. So when we work with new brands, I might go through this list and be like really quick for that Shitty Coolers brand, what would make the most sense out of all these ideas? And it just gives me a quick like checklist. Like, did I do this? Have I not? If I'm stuck for ideas, I might go to this list. Oh, we haven't tried that. Let's try that next. So a lot of fuel here. Third one, embrace the ugly. I feel like a lot of people have said this. I'm more blunt. I could just say ugly instead of like organic BU. I'm like, get ugly. Like, good stuff. There's some weird, cool, like fun, what am I trying to say? Studies that I've like dove into where like even like showing like canned lights. Like if I did a video low angle, my neck looks terrible, and there's like a can light, our ads just perform way better than like a normal straight on video. Like stuff like really get it ugly as much as you can. It's weird, but that's my big advice. It's like, you want to do ads, just get uglier. So when I became this food influencer, I gained weight too. I was getting free meals everywhere. Like, this is sick, drinking too much. I'm like, I need to do activities more. My dog threw out his back. I have this French bulldog on the left. Charles Barkley is his name. I live in Arizona, Phoenix Suns. And I like the bark pun. Anyway, too many details. So I went into this place on the right. It's called Pet Folk with him, and I was like, oh, I actually love how this looks. I'm kind of a bougie man. I wear weird things. I still do, I guess. I walked in, I was like, this place looks sick. I could do like a pretty cool video here, a nice aesthetic shot. I knew if I started the video like the one on the right, it probably wouldn't perform as great. It looks a lot more like an ad. And I did this video on the left, and it was just an organic video I posted on my Instagram and my TikTok, and I tagged the brand, and I was like, cool, I like what they're doing. They had like nice cucumber water. I'm like, sick. My dog loves cucumber water too, it's weird. Anyway, so I wrote this title, didn't expect today to go like this, right? You read that, and you're like, what happened? Even if you don't know me, you're like, damn, there's a dog, what happened to the dog, right? And it was actually a pretty scary time in my life. Dogs have like, French bulldogs, they get a disease called IVDD. They can throw out their back, and they can get like paralyzed. You might see him in wheelchairs. It's pretty sad. He played way too aggressively, and he was starting limping around, so I brought him to this place. Pet Folk did a video, tagged them, and they hit me up, and they had no idea. I'm like my food influencer stuff, it's not even like connected to my ad stuff because I'm funny, and I'm like, let me segment it and see what I can do. So then this brand's like reached out, Pet Folk, and I didn't even realize they were running ads and who their agency was, and we'll get into that. And they reach out like, hey, your video's doing better than everything our agency's doing. Can we run it like as an ad? And I'm like, yeah, sure, thank you. And I was like, yeah, I'm down. I could do. Yeah, we'll run it as an ad. And they hit me up again. And like, yeah, so it's doing a lot better than our agency. And I was like, well, the first Zoom call we had, there was like, it's doing good. I like it. Can we use it? I was like, yeah, sure. And then they hit me up again, and I mentioned in that first call, oh, I actually have an ad agency, and like I kind of nerd out here, and I kind of connected the dots. Like, oh wait, he knows what he's sort of doing, but he has this weird page that we just saw. Like, what is this guy? And it turns out their agency was Gary Vaynerchuk's agency. I don't know how many people know him, but they're a big agency. I'm kind of bitter. I love the work he does. I shout him out. But I'm kind of bitter because I had a client like a year ago left me, and I was like, why are you guys leaving? And they're like, we've always wanted to work with Gary Vee because he's like a big ad influencer guy. And I was like, did we do anything wrong? He's like, no, we just like always wanted to, like we've always dreamed of working with him and his team. And I was like, he's got a big agency. You're probably not going to talk to him, but okay. They're loving it, so I shout him out. Great. But I did this. It performed really well, and now we're actually working with them. And it's kind of the same conversation of like the video on the right looks like an ad too much. It's still nice to have in the ad account. If I'm on the fence, we're kind of showing social proof authority maybe on the video on the right. But the one on the left is going to stop people from scrolling. It's going to get into a story, some emotion. It's really going to hook them and get them involved. So this kind of stuff can do really good. Again, it's looking at that creative variety matrix, getting things a little bit uglier and grabbing attention. It doesn't look like an ad right on first glance here. So you really want to embrace the ugly. When I do these studies of viral videos, you really don't see, like, besides like maybe Super Bowl stuff and whatnot, usually most viral videos on platforms are really just like someone that randomly took out a phone. It's usually not a DSLR. An interesting fun fact, when I became a food influencer, I started getting invited to influencer events. I bought that DJI camera. I loved it. I bought a videography, cinematography camera, spent way too much money. I was like, it's a write-off, cool. And I go to these events, and everyone just got iPhones. And I was like, oh, I think I'm past the return policy. Cool, all right. But it's true. It's like the people that I even see that are huge, hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of followers, like most of them are just using their phone. It's crazy. And why? Again, it feels more authentic, it feels more real, it's more relatable, and people swipe past ads immediately. I think there was a study, it's like, you're seeing like 40,000, 50,000 logos and ads a day. It's insane. So people are just like, they see it, they scroll away, right? TikTok's changed that a lot. It's like, let me see some ugly stuff. Let's get real, right? I love it. I'm going to spend way too much time there. But anyway, moving on, the fourth main point is really leveraging AI. I heard a quote, I don't remember who said it, but I loved it, and it was like, AI is not going to replace you, it's the person that's embracing AI is going to replace you, and I think that's so true. Follow Austin if you haven't. He just posts, I can't even keep up, dude. He's like, here's 20 tools a day that you got to see, and I'm like, dude, I have 5 minutes today. My dog's still in his wheelchair. I don't know. I wanted to share how we use it. I don't really get into the nitty-gritty, but again, at Table Talks, we can talk about this and how we can maybe build you something here. Here's some of the main ways that we use AI. The first one's competitor and review analysis. I used to manually spend hours reading through hundreds of reviews for new clients, and I would say, like, here's a pain point, here's a benefit that they're loving, here's a demographic. This guy said he was in the military, he retired, he hurt his back, and then he got this product. And like, I would write and nerd out way too much. Now, and this would take me, I would give a client like 2 weeks till I could do all this work, meet with my team, we could go over it. I can do this analysis work now, and this would take me probably like 5 hours of my time, or now we would have a teammate do it. Now it takes like probably a minute. Like, it's so much faster. So it's really embracing it, right? And we just put in different prompts. We download the reviews. We upload them, and we say, like, find the patterns that you find, weigh pain points, weigh benefits, what can we use for ads, that kind of stuff. Really good stuff there. The second one's ad concept ideation, so really finding like that worksheet that I had. I like really would urge you, it does take some time. I'm trying to get someone to build it, but analyze viral videos and look for patterns that you see in your industry, in your product, and really think about how can I make that a concept now for ads or even organic. A lot of this works really good for organic too. So that's a good one too, that you can basically write up ideas. You can use that worksheet I have. I have the GPT already for you here, so this can help you a lot here, and it'll just give you ideas, which is great. Third one, scripting videos. Love and hate this. I like bullet points probably more than scripts for like creators, because I think sometimes it can, again, get less real. But it can be really good at kind of writing the nitty-gritty scripting videos. Another thing you can do, you add frameworks. So like I know Austin shared framework, Judy shared some like video frameworks. Get those, like, hey, have a hook, have a CTA that's like one thing only, all that. Put that into a chat GPT, and then have that kind of write that script, and it'll know, oh, have a hook. It should be, I like visual hooks too, as well as audio hooks. So you can give it these frameworks, and then it can give you these ideas a bit better. The fourth one is add mockups. I'll share one. Nope. I can't share one with you later, but we do add mockups. I love and hate kind of the image generation. Some of it's great, some of it's not as great. It's getting better. It's getting really good. I really love, we have editors though, so I really love to get an idea, make a really rough version of it, and then send it to an editor. Make this look good. Make this look better for us now. But there's all sorts of really cool things you can do where if you just have something that looks good, you have a product image, you can just say, use this reference, make it, and those actually do look really, really good. But if we're just spitballing ideas, I want like 5 concepts with an editor, I might have him quickly, or me quickly do those mock-ups, kind of show him what I want and say, yeah, make this look a little bit better, put the product image here instead, whatever. So good use case there. Graphic design feedback's a really weird one, underrated one. Website feedback is great too. Take a screenshot of your homepage, upload it, and say, you're the world's best conversion rate expert. How do I make this better? How do I make this better for Facebook ads? With images, I might do the same thing. You're the world's best graphic designer for Facebook ads and sales, right? I mean, all the money, all the sales. How do I make this better? What do I do? And it might say, make the text here bigger, add a CTA, whatever it might be. Really good stuff. Copywriting, all of our ad copy, we get into the weeds there too. We upload brand voices and things of our different clients, and we use these to help us write copy. Simplifying data is another cool one. If you're just getting into ads, you're like, I don't know what's going on, just take a screenshot. Your Instagram organic analytics, take a screenshot, upload it into Facebook, or sorry, ChatGPT, and it'll tell you kind of patterns, maybe things you should do more or less. And then the last one is iterating on ads, and I love this one too, and it's really just like, hey, this ad seems to be working. Like Austin was going over all his like tools and YouTube things, and he's like, duplicate the headline a bunch of times. Same thing, we'll do that. We'll find a video that's working really well or an ad that's working really well, upload it to Facebook, or sorry, I keep saying Facebook, I love Facebook, ChatGPT, and I'll say, how do I iterate on this? What do we do? This ad's working, what can we do now to make it better? Or this ad's working for a 30-year-old, how do I make this now for a 60-year-old? And it can give us those ideas, we can get that fuel, we can find a creator, we can give them the brief that my GPT made for us, and it's really fast, really good. This is a prompt to steal. All I do with ChatGPT, I love it, is I'm just like, hey, make me a template for the best prompt that I can give you, and it basically gave me something like this. So ChatGPT, this is my take on it, but like I just was like, give me a template. I can use this now internally for our team, and we could say role, define the role. I always say like you're the world's best, you're the top leading, whatever the thing I want them to do. So if it's graphic design or creative strategist, I'm like, you're the world's best creative strategist. You're working for Brick Social, and we're working with XYZ client, and their target audience is XYZ. We still do a lot of research. Again, a lot of that's review-based from ChatGPT. We look at audience data. We upload all of that, too, into a GPT. So ChatGPT has all this context, too. So we have target audience. We might touch on who they are, pain points, desires, the tone or voice of the brand. If you want to be really lazy, it's great, too. If you have a blog, if you have a website, you can just be like, write what you think my tone of voice is, and you're like, okay, this is on, or this is a little off. Really quick way that you can do that. Literally, all of this, you can just be like, do your best ability to fill this out for me. Like, it's crazy how good it can be now. Frameworks to follow, these are great. So get these different frameworks. You can have like things like my worksheet or whatnot, upload things like Judy's framework, Austin's framework on like have these 5 points. You can upload those and say like hit these for this output. The goal, what you're trying to do, I always say, like for Facebook ads, I'm trying to get more leads with a Facebook ad conversion campaign. Like be very specific and help it out a bit more. Examples to mimic, great. Find the top ad examples, throw those in there. Those can be great as well. And then output, generate 5 unique static ad concepts, basically in this example here. All right, so I would really encourage you to think about building GPTs and really getting into that. I shared one. It's called an Expert Creative Strategy GPT. You'll get the links here. You can click on them. It'll take you right here to the worksheet in that GPT. And this basically will tell you basically what to do with statics or videos, and you can just use it, and it's great. Other ways that we use them and build them is we have client GPTs. So we might have like a brand logo, fonts, colors, product service info, that customer review data info, all of that we'll put into a GPT, and you can call it GPTs. So I'll go to my Expert Creative Strategy GPT, and I'll say, at brand GPT shitty coolers, I'm pulling all that data now into it. I'm pulling that data maybe for ad mockups, and I'm saying do the XYZ script for this brand. So there's all sorts of really cool things you could do if you're like an agency, or if it's just you might just build it all kind of together and give it all your data. And then copywriter GPTs are really cool too. You can do even like QA check GPTs, all sorts of fun stuff. So with this, I might say, Google now, it's very dynamic. They might be like, give us 10 headlines. We need like 10 that are 15 characters, 5 that are 30 characters. They have all these crazy stuff. So you can just put all of those specs now into a GPT, and I can go to it. I can call, if I'm in the expert one, I can call the brand one. I can call the copywriter, and I can say, write 5 Facebook headlines, no longer than 5 words long or whatever, or it might already have those specs, so it just can churn them out for you. You don't even have to do that again and tell it how many you need. So a lot of cool stuff you can do there. I got to hurry up. I'm over time, I know. We'll kind of round it up here. Post more videos. I think a lot of people say that. What's cool about ads and what I encourage a lot of people to do is like just post organically, see what works, and then amplify it. Like that's what we're doing with that Love Island guy. He's just like, I'm hosting Love Island USA now. I'm like, cool, can you do a video about that and like post it on your organic and like let me know if it works good? And if it does, we'll scale it to the moon if we can. So this is how we kind of can save money for brands. If you're newer with ads, you can really get into it. So back to my brother, he called me, about a month ago, and he was like, hey, I'm making a business, dude. Like, what should I do? I'm like, what are you selling? He's like, I'm selling like prepping kits. He's like military, he's like, I'm going to sell prepping kits for people. I'm like, all right, here's what my advice would be. And I think a lot of people might not have ran ads or they haven't really spent a lot of money. And I was really like, your first step, post more videos, like I said, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts you can do as well, and really just analyze the data. What works, what doesn't work. Again, think about creative variety. So try a variety of styles. A selfie, skit, reaction videos, green screens, all sorts of different variety. Just throw stuff at it. The third one, I don't think people do this enough. I've really nerded out on this for all of our brands now the last year, I would say. Analyze comments. So think about what would get attention, what should I say, and then how are people responding to it, and really analyze. Are they mad? Are they upset? Did I have a hypothesis? Did it work? Did I grab attention? Is the audience that's responding the audience that I was hoping to reach, or is it off? If it's off, I call it like the accordion. I might add or remove kind of that new demographic if they might be the new one for us. Engagement bait stuff here, reply to comments with questions and new videos, right? So Facebook really looks at lengths of comments that people reply to. The longer I can get people to respond, the better. So if someone responds something, even if it's a troll, whatever, do a longer reply. Do a question reply so they do a longer reply and get them. I love playing devil's advocate with people that are trolling me. More comments, cheaper ad costs, more reach that you get from all that. And then again, amplify videos that work well with ads. So 5 things to know, rounding it up. Creative equals your targeting now. Really focus on being clear with your creative and who you're trying to approach. Put them in the video. Ad variety, unlock scale. Make different types of ads to approach different things. Have more efficiencies in ad accounts. Embrace the ugly. Leverage AI. And post more videos. My name is Tony. Thank you, Social Media Week Lima.